Good evening, everybody. Phil here. Welcome to the daily wrap for what was Friday, the 18th of July, 2025. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty exhausted. Why? Well, it's been a 7 straight days of streaming for me after having a week away that was no vacation, but instead a lot of stress. But I'm just here to tell all of you thank you. It was an absolutely outstanding streaming week. I said this to the stream audience, and I feel like I owe it to the on demand audience as well. You know, when you're unexpectedly away, against your will and you don't know what's going to happen. People had planned on me being here. I wasn't here. And you wonder when you come back, does this mean that people are actually going to like the content and enjoy it and engage with it? Does it mean that people are actually going to forget about you? And then you come back and you're like, oh no, everyone's upset or whatever. You guys this week we're an absolutely amazing and awesome audience. Almost every stream hitting our support goals, some streams far exceeding the support goals, but the attendance was great. The engagement was great. We had tons of fun with everything that we did this week, right? So thank you for that. Let's recap what we did on this final day of this 7 days of streaming. Today, there was a level 1 podcast, and I had one major topic for the podcast. What's going on over at Nintendo? Because after having purchased the Switch 2, and then playing the two first Nintendo exclusive launch titles of Mario Kart World and 6 hours of Donkey Kong Bonanza, I just got to ask what is going on over there because it doesn't seem like it's the same company that I grew up with and the same company that I'm used to. I'm so used to Nintendo having the absolute best exclusives. And I'm sorry, at least now at the point I'm at, especially in Bonanza, the games are feeling underwhelming. It doesn't feel like it was worth it to spend $450 plus for a console where I beat one game in 3 hours and the other game I'm bored in 3 hours. So I talked about this and I went back and forth with the audience. We had some good back and forth conversation today about it. And I feel like it was good. So I'm glad that we did that. That was the major focus of the podcast for the record. All right. Then, excuse me, after the podcast ended, we actually continued with the Grand Theft Auto 4 with mods. Well, why? Well, why not more Donkey Kong Bonanza? Because after yesterday, everyone, both the viewers and I, were bored of the game. Now, I'm not saying that I'm never going back to it. I'm just saying if I played it again today, I probably would have felt like it's way too much too soon. Let's give it a few days rest and come back to it refreshed next week, and maybe I'll like it more again. Okay? So, today, GTA 4 with mods. What did we do? Well, we started doing missions for Brucey, which introduced you to the vigilante missions. So we actually did the 10 most wanted criminals in Broker and Bohan. It's like the eastern islands of Liberty City. We did all those. That was fun because that was another interesting side quest. Then we did a mission or two for Brucey. We did more missions for Faustin, then for Dimitri, and then the big plot swerve happened, and we ended up being thrown into Bohan. And now we're kind of on the run and doing a few missions there. So that's where we ended. It was good progress, a good mix of story and side content. Everyone had a great time. But the weird thing was, all right, we have now played GTA 4 3 to 4 streams. I think it's been 3. It might have been 4, okay? And each time we're having a great time with it. It really is one of the best playthroughs I'm doing right now, especially viewership is always high when I play it. Today, for some reason, we couldn't hit the goal. Like, we were at like $110 of support, and then it froze for over an hour. And then we're nearing the end of the stream, and we had a few people toss it. Like, there was one person who did $10, and another who did like $5, but that was it. I was like, all right, I really have to go. So I left, and then as the stream was actually down, like it was over, someone gifted 5 subs, which means we hit the goal. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on where sometimes it seems to be happening. This is like the second or third time it happened this week. I'm grateful for it, but it sure would be great to get that during the stream. So it's not like, oh, people think we didn't hit it and they're kind of upset or deflated by it. And then we ended up hitting it after the fact, right? But we did. So thank you for that. Great stream, good gameplay. Give it a look. Tonight was the return of Friday Night Fights. If you're not aware, I haven't done Friday Night Fights in 3 weeks because 2 weeks ago it was Thursday Night Fights because Friday was the July 4th marathon. And then last week, I wasn't here. I ended up doing fighting games on Saturday night. So this was the big return, and we had a good crowd. Like, we had a good amount of people watching both on YouTube and Kick. The support was outstanding. We had regulars and people who say that they're longtime fans and haven't been around. They came by. Everyone was really enjoying me playing Capcom versus SNK2 tonight. So I played on PlayStation 5 tonight, not PC. I'd started off at Super Platinum. Started playing, okay, and I take that back. I started off as Ultra Platinum. My bad. I was Ultra Platinum. Started playing and immediately started playing Diamond players that suck. They're Diamond. They're supposed to be better than me, beating their ass. Then I played a player who literally was trying to mash buttons in the lag and getting away with it because rollback favors mashing. Started spanking them, went on like a 7-win streak. Okay. Next person, a P group player, but literally all they do is fish for parry and lag and then mash Dragon Punch. This guy, I couldn't believe it. You may remember 15 years ago, at the early time of my YouTube career when Street Fighter 4 came out, and I used to joke, when in doubt, random super come out. And what that means is when you're playing someone who's a scrub online, when they're in danger and they don't know what to do, if they have a super, they'll just throw it out, random super. Now, if you're good, you'll never fall for random super unless they're very lucky or you're doing something, just unlucky. But for the most part, you could just stand there and then punish it. This guy kept doing it over and over. And this guy was an ultra diamond, supposedly really high-ranking player. Terrible. Unreal. So I spanked that guy like 8 matches. And then to end the night, there actually was a player who wasn't mashing and wasn't trying to bait, junk like that, was a decent player. I played them for like 5 matches, and that was a good set, but I ran out of time. Tonight, I went from like low ultra platinum all the way to high diamond. So next time, if I play on PS5 and I keep playing diamonds, I'm going to go to like super diamond right away because I was like spanking them tonight. And I know that I'm going to keep that up. Like, that was great gameplay. By the way, I mixed it up a little bit. I used Vega. First, I used Vega, Guile, Chun-Li. Yeah, I made Chun-Li my R2, my anchor, and it was working really well. Then I swapped and I went to Cammy, Chun-Li, Blanca. Eventually, I picked my old school main team, Vega, Cammy, Blanca. That used to be my tournament team back in the day when the game was like new in arcades. And I mixed it up a bit at the end. I did more Guile. It was great stuff. I had a great time. The audience loved it. And some of the best CvS2 gameplay I've put out. I hope you'll give it a look. It was great stuff. That's the kind of stuff you could watch and enjoy as I'm spanking the people who are ranked higher than me and I'm just destroying them. It's absolutely hilarious how they have no concept of actual fundamentals in fighting games and they get destroyed because their gimmicks don't work on someone who's actually good. All right. So anyway, it was great. Great night. Ultra support. Everything was good. I'm not here tomorrow. Okay? It's my day off. After 7 straight days of streaming, I need a day off. I hope you understand, all right? I'll be back on Sunday with a Level 1 podcast in the morning, then the continuation of Death Stranding 2 on that first stream. We just finished a major story segment, but there's much more coming, supposedly. There's a lot of good story elements coming, so don't miss that if you want to see some good story in Death Stranding 2. And then on the late stream, American Truck Sim Chill streaming with, yes, some alcoholic beverages, so I hope you'll join me for that, okay? Alrighty, everyone. Next week is a 6-day streaming week. If all things go according to plan and there's no problems, we'll see. But it should be a good one. Thank you all for an outstanding return week. Have a good Saturday. I will be back on Sunday morning. Everyone have a good night and peace out. See you then.